for the Jayhawks. 22 in white, it'll be Badunga and Bethea to jump. Happy college basketball season 2025-26. The journey begins. Peterson across the big Jayhawk into the front court for Kansas. You try to get Peterson a look on the opening possession.
I think it'd be great to try to manufacture a shot that he doesn't have to hunt his first one. Get it a high percentage look. Here he is off the ball screen.
Two bodies right with him as he came off that screen. Shot clock at 7. Badunga, deep position, scores with the left hand. An efficient start to the season.
Great catch by Trey White, and then a great post feed as well. That could have easily been a turnover. Instead, it's an on-time delivery, and Badunga gets the party started for Kansas in the 2025-2026 season.
Kansas held Fort Hays State to 35 points in that exhibition game last week. What do you think of the KU defense tonight?
Well, they got switchable pieces, and they're going to try to disrupt Green Bay, who's got a lot of newcomers. Coach Gottlieb was worried about how his group would handle the environment and the pressure.
He's got 3 who played for him last year, 10 newcomers. They just beat the shot clock. LeBron Thomas from downtown, 3-2 Green Bay.
Junior college All-American, getting one to go down late in the clock. Three-point line going to loom large both ways for Green Bay and KU. If there's one area teams are going to test Kansas, it's the three-point line.
Peterson has his pocket picked by Preston Reedinger, then he takes it right back, and then Kansas nearly turns it over again. A little sloppiness here in the first 90 seconds.
Reedinger accepting the challenge of guarding Darren Peterson, getting into the ball, trying to heat him up. Peterson gets his pocket pick, gets it right back. Looked like Rosario was maybe going to have a dunk, but the pass was a little off target. And that's the thing, Steven, managing emotions, always important in your first time you ever play in this building. The electricity in here is real right now.
And Doug Gottlieb informed us today that most of his 10 newcomers have never seen a Division I basketball game. There's Peterson, his first official points, a triple from straight on.
He's more of a scorer than a shooter, but he can shoot. He made 6 threes in the exhibition win at Louisville, and that one looked pure and pretty as Green Bay goes zone on the baseline of bounds, and Peterson drills it.
Hall, the top returning Phoenix player, gives it up. Wing 3 misses for Thomas under duress. Up ahead, Badunga, and a two-hand jam. Kansas off and running.
You see, Badunga challenges the shot, and when the shooter falls down, Badunga does the right thing and takes off, and Peterson delivers.
Sellout crowd, 15,300 in it here in the opening minutes. C.J. O'Hara cut off. Council with the deflection. Ball loose. Saved by Reedinger. 5 to shoot. Launching. In and out. Bethea the board. Gives it up. Ball turns down. Now fires a 3. And it's over the backboard to Kansas. Kansas, when they can get out and run, it doesn't matter who the personnel is, they're a tough team.
No doubt about it. And again, the shooter fell down, and so Badunga has a free rim run, and already back-to-back easy baskets for Badunga, and then Darren Peterson. Man, that shot looks pretty. You know he's athletic and get into the paint, and if that jump shot's going down with regularity, good luck trying to guard that guy.
The dime, 60 feet right on the money, pretty impressive as well. Rosario skying, got a piece of the rebound. But the Phoenix come away with it.
How about Darren Peterson coming off a pin down and 1-2 stepping and letting it fly? He has got the green light and he is confident.
Not a shooter, you were saying. Not known as a shooter.
More of a scorer.
Now a steal and a jam. Darren Peterson forcing an early green. How Bill Self wants things to run and has been able to take that leadership role on the court.
Well, you can tell his maturity jumps off when you watch him play. He really has a good head on his shoulders, and he really approaches things the right way.
Green Bay out of the timeout. Hall, their top returning scorer, nearly 14 a game, drives. Deflection saved out on the floor by Caden Wilkins. Green Bay needs to hurry. Reedinger cut off, down low. Recchi stuffed by Badunga. Out of bounds. Shot clock violation, though. We'll give it to Kansas.
How quick Flory Badunga gets off the floor for this block. He sizes him up, chests him, and then is able to get to the top floor quickly and block it without fouling. but Dunga kind of struggled in the Fort Hays State exhibition. He's off to a good start early here. A couple of easy shots at the rim and a defensive block.
White off target. Rosario gets the board, though.
Love that from Rosario. A couple of times he's crashed the glass and played with his athleticism.
Peterson tripped and fouled by Mac Recky.
Visibility of college basketball, representing things in the right way. Pretty sharp-looking unis, in my opinion.
About 16,000 folks live on the Oneida Reservation just west of the city of Green Bay. Council attacking right alley. Kissing it home off the window. His first points tonight. He has the ball in his hands quite a bit.
Yeah, the St. Bonaventure transfer, that's where he's special. He is really fast inline to inline and in the half court. His ability to drive and get a piece of the paint is going to be crucial, not only tonight, but all season for KU.
Green Bay again not in a hurry offensively, down to a single-digit shot clock. Hall trying to find something against Rosario is grabbed and held. If Green Bay is going to improve drastically on that 4-28 record, Marcus Hall, even though he's a returner, needs to up his game. He had a big season a year ago, but they need him to be a leader.
Well, and Marcus Hall a year ago, he started the season, he weighed about 198 pounds. He's now almost up to 230 pounds. So he was having to play the 5 a little bit at being undersized. Now he can play the 3, 4, or the 5. Really, really important piece for Doug Gottlieb's group.
That is Hall on the wing, burying the triple. He steps out, can really shoot it. In a tough Horizon League, they need a versatile player like him.
No doubt. And frontline three-point shooting is going to be crucial to try and stretch Flory Badunga and the KU bigs away from the basket. So something to keep an eye on is Hall and his three-point shooting tonight.
Bryson Tiller in off the bench, not shy. His first career points are a 3 from the corner.
Really, really talented young player. Been an emphasis to try and get him to play to his size in the interior, but he's almost too skilled to not let him drift out and take some of those shots.
All right side this time. Too strong. Rebound knocked out of Tiller's hands. Kansas ball. We saw Tiller in off the bench. Elmarco Jackson also in for Kansas.
It's good to see Elmarco Jackson healthy and back on the floor. Former 5-star recruit, medical red shirt last year with a torn patella tendon. He looks good, he looks quick, and he looks a lot more poised and comfortable in a KU uniform.
Tiller to Peterson. On the wing. Slight fake, got a little crease, and draws the contact. He'll shoot 2. My goodness.
Boy, you talk about changing speeds. A little hesitation. Became dangerously close to a carry, but he brought it up like he was going to rise up and shoot, and then punches the gas and is able to get his shoulders past the defender and play through contact. Well, he doesn't play like a freshman. He certainly doesn't look like a freshman either. That's a strong dude at the line.
Peterson, 6 feet 6 inches, 205 pounds, from the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio.
Canton. There's been some incredible freshmen here. Andrew Wiggins, of course, Joel Embiid. You can see the talent there, but Bill Self has said this is the guy that is the most prepared freshman I've ever coached.
7 points for Peterson. Kansas up 10, not quite 6 minutes in. Stephen Davis, Nick Baugh, courtside in Allen Fieldhouse. The opening night of the college hoops season. O'Hara denied by the Jayhawks on a drive. And then Kansas throws it away.
Just a little bit of chemistry passing issues early on. You had Peterson and errant one to Rosario there. Jackson trying to get Peterson ahead of steam, throws it behind him, but Peterson, you can see his disruption defensively too into the basketball. For most young players, the only value they see is scoring. Yeah, he seems like he's one of those guys that understands there's more to it than just that.
And in the right spot for that rebound. Pulls it back in transition. Defender falls down, 3 ball off turn. He has such a great feel and seems to always be in the right spot at both ends. Nice reverse finish by Rob Stroud. A transfer from Lewis, who averaged 17 points a game there, moving up a level now. Rebound foul going against Green Bay.
A couple of nice offensive rebounding attacks from KU. Rosario had a couple there. Tiller with a nice run at the rim, forcing Green Bay to put a body on him and foul him.
Peterson gets a rest. Does everything, goes to get his own cup of water. Amari McDowell is in for Kansas, so is Jaden Dawson. Jackson baseline, bumped and fouled by Hall. That's a quick first step. We didn't see a lot from Elmarko Jackson 2 years ago, and obviously out with the injury last year.
Well, as much as it's physical, it's mental too with Elmarko Jackson. You could tell he was swimming it a little bit early on in his career as a freshman. Just everything slowed down for him now.
In the lane, finding Dawson.
He's an important newcomer as well, Dawson. Well, a Chicago transfer can really shoot the three, and he's going to have to knock down those kick-out triples.
Hall trying to get Badunga in the air. Can't get past it. And again, a single-digit shot clock for Green Bay.
They're really trying to spread KU out. Great help from Jamari McDowell.
The takeaway, up ahead, Trey White, the jam.
That is just being in the right spot in the help gap. Do your work early defensively. If you're in the right spot, you can take a chance getting your hand on the basketball, and it jars it free, and it's a dunk the other way.
To a 10-point game. Blocking foul called, late whistle against McDowell.
So, Stephen, look at Jamari McDowell. He's just already in that help gap, so he can go poke the ball away. And Trey White's off to the races, but that's all Jamari McDowell being in the right place, good hands, and it's a dunk the other direction. Yeah, that's something Coach Self talks about all the time, making the other team play bad with your defense, disrupting them, getting the play fast, getting them to be a one-on-one team, guarding the basketball. Kansas is going to switch sometimes all 5 positions, so their ability to defend one-on-one and then help and recover is absolutely paramount. Because this group's ability to play to their athleticism in the open floor, a big way to do that is with your defense.
LeBron Thomas, the free throw shooter, missed the first. Second one, again, off target. And Dawson has the rebound. How important is it for this Kansas team to be able to get 4, 6, 8, 10 points off easy transition baskets like that tonight?
Huge, especially until they can prove that they're going to be able to knock down threes consistently. The easy basket game is always important. It's even more important when you're still trying to prove it from beyond the arc.
White got knocked from behind on the drive. We get a break in the
to the rim for Flory Badunga, and that is playing to his strengths because that is where he is at his best.
Third foul on Rob Stroud.
Badunga's unique. Zabuki, David McCormick kind of guys that you just pound the ball into and let him go to work on the block. He's more of a pick-roll lob guy, but effective either way.
6 points for Badunga.
Darren Peterson back into the fold.
Badunga staying on as 3 new Jayhawks do enter, including Peterson. Kansas on a close to 100-point pace here in the early going. And that's with Green Bay running the shot clock down to single digits the majority of their possession. Now we get a call away from the ball here.
Yeah, holding. Might as well be throwing a flag. Holding on Kansas, 10-yard penalty.
Replay the down?
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller, the guilty party.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on now is really kind of stretch Flory Badunga away from the basket and Bryson Tiller. They're switching everything right now. The ability to get those bigs out on the perimeter is going to be crucial. Here's a situation with it to close out and switch.
Stroud, hands off. This is Dontrell Hewlett. Quick athlete, rising and firing. Council getting up for the board.
Great play from Badunga, though, defensively.
Yeah, Council end-to-end. Extra pass to Peterson. Back to Tiller. Rosario on the backside. Fouled on the putback try.
This is perfect for what you do when you're in a little bit of a shooting slump. Cole Rosario has struggled to shoot the ball, even though he's a good shooter. Just 1 for 8 from 3 in the 2 exhibition games. The greatest place to remedy is it on effort plays. He's attacked the glass, and now he's at the free throw line. It's just amazing what that does for you to settle in as a three-point shooter.
That will drive him nuts, though.
It will. But nevertheless, you can tell the message has been, hey, Cole, go play to your athleticism. You're a vertically explosive player. Go attack the glass, go run the floor. Don't worry about your three-point shot. It'll come.
Did not score in the exhibition against Louisville. 3 points against Fort Hays State in 21 minutes. His first point tonight makes it 21-8. A token full court pressure from the Jayhawks.
I believe in the basketball god, so I'll bet you Cole Rosario makes his next catch and shoot 3. Because he's done the right things. Are you taking that bet?
No, because I know you know the game. You know ball. I trust you.
I know the basketball gods. That's what I know.
Stroud nearly had it picked. 10-foot fadeaway doesn't go. Council again on the glass. There it is.
There it is. A little bit forced.
Not a true catch.
No, not a true one. Yeah.
Reprieve.
He forced that one.
Stroud forcing the issue. And there's Cole Rosario again. Getting on board with a hustle play. Over the top, Badunga. Double team. Dribbles out of it. Still dribbling.
Too much dribbling.
And a foul. 8 fouls against Green Bay in just a shade over 10 minutes. I know Doug Gottlieb wanted his team to not play scared, be aggressive. That's a little too much the other way.
A little bit amped up, and then certainly when you're dealing with the athleticism and the ability of a Kansas, it's hard to play defense without fouling.
And we don't play quarters in men's college basketball, so Kansas is in the bonus for nearly 10 minutes now.
Talking to Doug Gottlieb before the game, he talked about how they've spent the lion's share of the time on the defensive end of the floor. And with this foul situation, you wonder if they'll sprinkle in some zone. But so early in the season, you want to establish your man-to-man stuff.
Well, he also told us, hey, I need to play some of my guys tonight.
Yes.
Foul situation will force that to happen, too. No better way to get experience than to put them out there.
Especially in Allen Fieldhouse against the 19th best team in the country, according to the preseason polls.
Badunga, the 6'10", 235-pound sophomore, 3 of 3 at the line.
Really like how he started this game. Defensively, he's switched and fought the dribble. He's posted hard. He's really had a nice first 10 minutes of this thing.
7 straight for the Jayhawks. Their lead is 15. Badunga and Peterson have combined for 15 points so far. Stroud driving, kicking. Riedinger gives it up. Badunga with the rejection on Todorovic. Council streaking to the other end with the left-hand lay-in.
Great defensive sequence and offensive push. Man, Council Jr. in person, inline to inline, is a jet.
Todorovic, baseline, able to finish. Freshman from Slovenia.
That's what Doug Gottlieb talked to us about, stretching the bigs away from the basket, either shooting or being able to drive it.
9 minutes to go before halftime. Peterson gets an angle and throws it down.
And give an assist, too, for Badunga to roll and seal off the help defense, just providing a wide open lane. But another big-time explosion, change of speed from Peterson, just making it look easy.
Rosario poked it free, but gets caught with a late whistle. His second.
I know you want to watch the dunk. Watch Badunga. Watch how he's going to go down, and he's just going to seal off the help. So Peterson's able to get all the way to the basket. Not too many people want to step in front of Peterson when he's driving to the rim. That's a good play from Badunga, and certainly just that guy right there, Peterson. Wow.
Yeah, I want to watch him dunk. And if you're a Jayhawk fan, you want to watch it as much as possible because he's probably only going to be here for a year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Might not be in Lawrence too long. Oh, nice find. Badunga playing goalie. Got a piece of it, but got some of C.J. O'Hara's arm as well. Close to a 3-second call there, perhaps, but you usually don't see many of those in that situation.
But you're going to have to shot fake Badunga. You just go in and challenge him. He's quick off his feet. And the one thing about Badunga, he's a little bit foul prone, and he's eager to block shots. So Green Bay players, when they get around the rim, it's probably going to be a second and third shot fake kind of a game.
Badunga will be tested with that all season long, the ability to stay grounded until that shot goes up.
And especially when you're switching and getting onto different kinds of players, too.
O'Hara 1 of 2 at the line, 27-11. Badunga gives to Peterson. Back to Badunga. Crafty finish, splitting defenders. How about that two-man game?
Just like you draw it up, like you're walking through it, 5-on-0 offense. Just perfect execution for a two-man game, screen, rescreen, pocket pass, big time.
We always talk about Flory Badunga and the athleticism to finish with a jam. How about the athleticism to finish with that layup?
Really good. He's really playing at a high level here to start this game.
Zadorkovich backing up, tough shot. Peterson clears. Oh, look at this. Good block out. Mad scramble out near midcourt. Green Bay comes away with it. Hall, too strong. Tiller going inside for Badunga. How about jump hook? Everything's working offensively right now for Flory.
See how he gathered himself, though? He was kind of getting pushed away from the basket. He gathered himself, got everything underneath him, and went up strong.
12 points on 4 shots for Flory Badunga. 4 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 at the line. O'Hara earns 2 free throws.
That's shot fake, and Badunga gets up and fouls.
Green Bay to the presence in the lane defensively.
You know about Peterson and his ability to score and create from the perimeter. You have to have some balance to that with some pressure on the rim from your front line, whether that's rolling to the rim, running the floor, posting up. So Badunga is incredibly important just to balance the offense.
Bryson Tiller is the 5 right now for Kansas. Jackson handles out there with White, McDowell, and Dawson. Dawson on the handoff. Takes it back for McDowell on the wing. 3 ball, short. Green Bay running their offense way out on the floor since the first couple possessions.
No doubt, gotten pressured out. They've gotten off schedule in terms of the timing. All these switches have just forced them to be a one-on-one team.
To get backdoor to O'Hara, and he will again go to the free throw line.
And that's the beauty, though, of switching, is it sometimes renders your offensive actions and sets irrelevant, and it forces you into being able to have to win one-on-one. And Kansas right now has won more battles than they've lost, but a nice back cut against the pressure defense there from C.J. O'Hara.
Is that why we're seeing more switching, especially in the college game defensively?
No doubt. And you're seeing it at the NBA level as well. The more you can switch, the more the X's and O's get simplified. Because oftentimes your sets are predicated upon helping and recovering and getting this guy to stay attached to that guy. And when you're switching, a lot of those plays just get crumpled up and thrown away.
No more. Here's my best defender. I put him on the other team's best player.
Now you better have some talented defensive players though if you're going to switch 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 in this case.
Dow on the baseline draws 2.
That spacing there, White and LaMarco Jackson on top of each other.
Jackson going to work.
This is where it's an interesting group. No Melvin Council Jr., no Darren Peterson. So the offensive creation can get a little bit challenging.
Jayhawk 5 here will be Peterson, Council, Bedunga, Rosario, and Paul Mbia is in for the first time. So twin towers, if you will, for the Jayhawks with Bedunga and Mbia, and they're together.
Showed it a little bit in the exhibition against Fort Hays State.
Mbia getting to go against a 7-footer on the other side. It's just a tough matchup for anybody when those two are in there, or even if Bryson Tiller's in with one of them. Open look, Peterson. Count it.
That's the second 3 Peterson's hit in a baseline out of bounds early action where Green Bay just fell asleep. And if there's one guy you cannot fall asleep on, it's the #1 recruit in the country, projected #1 pick in the NBA draft.
He's up to a dozen points. The setup.
Those are the shots that have to go right now for Green Bay.
Rosario on the wing. Online, just a little strong.
Looked good. That's his shot, though. That's an in-rhythm piece of the paint, kick out 3.
Loose ball into the hands of Todorovic for 2.
You see Mbia just get drug out from the perimeter after the switch, and great recognition to just attack him off the bounce. Oh, look at that.
That is fun if you're a Jayhawk fan.
Just
so quick.
So explosive. Changes speeds. Such at a high level. And there's got to be help in the gap, though. You're guarding Melvin Council Jr. in the corner. You've got to provide some resistance.
Riedinger with the straight-on triple. His first points averaged 8 a game last year for the Phoenix. Pull-up 3 this time, Peterson. Rosario flying through the air for the putback.
He is vertically explosive. And if you are guarding him, you have to put a body on him. He's going to try to tip dunk everything.
Hate to shoot. Ball going to work on Bedunga. Nothing there.
2 fouls too, Steven.
Again attacking. Faded. Short. Bedunga the board. Council says, give it to me. Melvin gets a couple free throws. 2:27 to go in the half. Cole Rosario getting on the highlight reel.
The Allen Fieldhouse student section.
The only time you'll probably ever hear 16,000 people chanting shorts on backwards at another human being.
The one thing that jumps out at you, though, there is so much love and reverence from Doug Gottlieb to Bill Self. He really thinks the world of that man, not only as a coach, but as a person. You can tell he was pumped to be here. He's out here during warm-ups, just taking it all in.
O'Hara, nice back cut. Lets the defense fly by for the finish. And Doug Gottlieb did note he's been here in the Fieldhouse a few times since then as an announcer, both on TV and radio, including a couple of the rare Kansas non-conference losses.
Yeah, said which games? Kentucky, San Diego State.
Yes. The Kentucky game, of course, during that national championship season for the Jayhawks. Bedunga again, a nice finish. He's 5 of 5. He went 6 of 6 from the field in last year's season opener.
Setting the tone again.
And playing with 2 fouls right now as well.
But he is all left hand when he gets around the basket, and he is continue to be that way. Green Bay has not taken that away, and he is playing to his strengths.
Step back look from distance. Too strong, Justin Allen. Final 65 seconds of the half. Peterson pulls back on a 3, gets it to Bedunga, and Bedunga knows what to do with it. 20-point lead.
No doubt that Peterson's presence really helps Bedunga, because in those pick and rolls, you better send 2 guys at Darren Peterson, and with his size and his feel, he can find Bedunga on the roll.
White gets a call he disagrees with. Take another look at this pick and roll. Peterson and Bedunga.
He's just kind of cat and mouse playing peekaboo on both sides of the ball screen, and 2 Green Bay defenders have to creep out. So Bedunga gets behind the defense, and Peterson finds him. What a first half for Darren Peterson. So cool, calm, and collected on both ends of the floor.
Peterson 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 14 points. Bedunga 16 points. Those 2 have combined for 30 during the first half.
It's an underrated element that I think we've sometimes forgot about how we judge a basketball player is how much better do you make your teammates? How much better do the other 4 guys play when you're on the floor? And for Peterson, it is a resounding result in that department. He is making everybody exponentially better.
And a hand check call. Reedinger just hooking on to him as Peterson was spinning around and heading down the lane again. The impact he has on a game, there are very few guys walking the planet that do that in basketball.
Well, the thing that sometimes when you think of, you conjure up images of good freshman college basketball players. Sometimes you think of a Durant. Now, he's been kind of skinny his whole career, but guys that are still, they look like a freshman, but they're so darn skilled. A Steph Curry, if you will, those guys that are just smaller in stature. But this guy is a full-grown man as a freshman. He's the strongest guard on the floor. He's getting to his spots, playing at his speed.
Another 2-for-2 trip to the line. A 16-point first half. 30 seconds to go before the break. 8-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Kansas will likely get it back. Samis Calderon, number 6 in white, in for the first time for the Jayhawks. O'Hara kicks out. Recky to the bucket, lays it in uncontested. 10 seconds, here comes Peterson. They'll let him go to work. Down to 4. Crossover, fadeaway, bucket. Darren Peterson, an exclamation point to end an 18-point effort in the first half. Kansas goes to the locker room up 20.
Of playing, especially when you're such a new group.
Green Bay gets it to open half number 2. Kansas opening with the same starters that began the game. Marcus Hall on the drive for Green Bay.
Job by Council to front the post. They're trying to throw it into Bethea.
He did not have any noticeable impact in the first half. Peterson clears. Head up on the dribble. Nobody open. Bedunga deep post position again. Lays it in.
You said it, deep post position. He's one of those guys, proximity to the rim is of the utmost importance if he's going to truly post up and score.
Nice SAT word there. And a rejection from Flory. Well, we showed you Doug Gottlieb in the first half playing here in the Fieldhouse, had his shorts on backwards. One of the officials from that game, Winston Stith, working in the Big 12 back then. He's here tonight as an officiating observer, and he's right by Green Bay's bench.
What are the chances?
Jayhawks on the break. Rosario back to Council for the layup. Unselfish ball from the Jayhawks.
That's that defense creating offense, and that's a great play from Rosario to just spoon feed Council Jr. a 2 right at the rim. Job, they kind of screening their own man. When you're switching, sometimes that's a smart thing to do.
Kansas off and running again. Rosario gets a look from 3 and knocks it down. First triple, Cole Rosario. An early timeout in the second half. Kansas storming out of the gate, 7 straight. The lead 28 for the Jayhawks. Does Green Bay have an answer out of the timeout? Something to stymie this Kansas spurt to start the half. Off to O'Hara, who had 9 in the first half, and drawing some contact. That'll reset the shot clock to 20.
Just a little friendly fire there as White and Peterson ran into each other. That possession was going nowhere.
Reedinger open for a moment. Paul wider open, knocks in the 3.
Again, it's going to have to be the frontline guys, Hall and company, knocking down threes, dragging the bigs out, and then shot fake driving it. They have to score the ball right now.
White with the roll, drawing 2 in the lane. Foul, Green Bay. Kansas getting the ball where they want to most of the time, and that's in that blue painted area.
Gottlieb obviously upset with the calls right now. Darren Peterson's gotten a couple of easy shots in these base out of bounds situations. Here's another one.
So you already have to be wary of lob dumps on Bill Self underneath out of bounds plays. Now you got to keep track of where 22 goes also.
Sometimes the most dangerous guy in a base out of bounds is the guy who takes the ball and throws it in, and that's been Peterson a couple of times.
He's up to 21 points tonight. Hewlett, deep 3. Council in a hurry, right down the lane. Look at the long arm. White battling for the rebound. Council diving. Green Bay ball. Let's look at this inbounds play again.
Again, just going to run and hand off too easy. You cannot go under. You have to fight over screens when you're dealing with a guy like Darren Peterson. You Velcro a triple, good footwork, and buries it. Again, that's the 3rd 3 he's made in base and out of bounds situations. And a lot of them just been mental mistakes from Green Bay, not paying attention to scatter report. And I can guarantee you that Peterson was at the top of that scatter report.
Peterson 3 of 7 from distance tonight, 7 of 11 from the field overall. Hall against Peterson. Got him in the air, drew the contact. Will this be goaltending as the officials confirm? It will not.
That's Hall, savvy veteran. Shot fakes. When you're the less athletic player, it's got to be fakes to free yourself up for shots. That is really good.
Now, is this even a shooting foul? They will award free throws.
Well, for Green Bay to have a good year in the Horizon League, this guy at the line's probably got to be an all Horizon League kind of a player. First teamer. It's 13, just a tick under 14 points a game last year. Kind of played out of position like we talked about. You can see the versatility in his game. And Doug Gottlieb, talking to him before, just raved about the kind of kid Marcus Hall is.
Loves being a Green Bay Phoenix. 9 points tonight for him. Matonga driving. Wow, And still perfect. He's 8 of 8, 20 points. Flory Badunga, a new career high. Hera trying to create some contact again. Scoop, no, Badunga the board. Rosario open.
Good, clean shots, though. Rosario's going to have to start knocking down.
Juliet's floater, no. Peterson taps it out. Council's got it. Jayhawks the other way. This is White. The transfer played last year at Illinois. So a couple crossovers. Looking for some space. Got it up and in. Melvin Council can do a little bit of everything. Don't forget he averaged almost 15 a game last year in the Atlantic 10 for St. Bonaventure.
He's a capable scorer. He's not a very good three-point shooter, but with his athleticism, he finds ways to put the ball in the basket.
Second time in the last few possessions, Green Bay has posted Peterson's man. They drew a foul once. This time Hall scores on a fadeaway.
We found a little something. Sometimes the best thing to do against good offensive players is to challenge them defensively. And certainly Hall's got the size on Darren Peterson from a height standpoint.
Trey White in a crowd, lost it, got it back, lays it in. Men's basketball squad. Plus 30 on Green Bay. Under 15 minutes to go. Full court pressure. Trying to make Green Bay just do something they don't normally do to get it across.
And now they're entering offense, just 16, 17 on the shot clock as well. Trying to go back to Paul in the post.
This time Trey White on him. And a challenge from White, but a foul. That's 3 on White.
Clearly Doug Gottlieb has found something that he likes, just posting up Marcus Hall. Was successful twice on Darren Peterson. Peterson goes to the bench and he posts up Trey White.
Well, Darren Peterson out of the game right now for Kansas. Second free throw, Hall remain off. Rebound to Bryson Tiller. Tiller on the wing, thought about the three. Dawson fires. Tiller keeping it alive, but out of bounds to Green Bay.
Much more active defensive possession for Green Bay in those ball screens, jumping out, hard hedging, disrupting Kansas's timing. That was a nice sequence from Green Bay.
Full court pressure again from the Jayhawks. They back out of it. Wilkins off to Stroud on the wing. Dawson trying to cause some havoc. Stroud, strong drive. Will get 2 free throws for the effort.
Stroud is strong. He almost got his pocket picked, but once he grabbed the ball off the ground, he was able to rip and go. And
that's what Doug Gottlieb told us their focus was in the transfer portal. Get older, bigger, stronger, tough guys, and Rob Stroud fits that bill.
Yeah, Stroud, Doug Gottlieb called him a junkyard dog, does a little bit of everything, and you can see his athleticism. He's had a couple of nice drives to the basket. And when you're at a place like Green Bay, you find different areas to recruit, where you're getting transfers from other Division I schools, or in this case, you have a Division II transfer. You got some junior college transfers. You even have a Division III transfer, Justin Allen, as well.
And you know, Carnegie Mellon had a basketball team.
How about that? Need some help with your homework. I'd ask Justin Allen a question or two.
Jackson going baseline. Tiller the rip through the spin. Contact, foul on Wilkins. Just the second of the half against the Phoenix.
Clearly, Stephen, Coach Self liking to go right now with the backup 5 is Bryson Tiller. That's clearly what the rotation is looking like, which is a unique 5-man, much different than Badunga.
Dawson around a couple times, but it wouldn't drop. Kansas advantage. Tiller, good denial, good position inside. Stroud putting his head down, lost the handle. Jayhawks run. White finding Dawson, acrobatic, and he'll shoot 2.
Once again, though, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Marco Jackson on the defensive end being in that help gap and got his hand on the dribble, which got the transition opportunity started. You've seen that a couple of times. Active Jayhawks in those driving gaps, creating opportunities in the open floor.
Dawson hits his first Jayhawk point. Transfer from Loyola Chicago.
Sneaky, important player this season. Because again, with Peterson's ability to score and make plays, he's going to see double teams a lot, and you're going to need guys that can space the floor and make people pay for doubling. And Dawson, at least on paper, is the best shooter probably to fill that role. He really filled it up a year ago. 86 made threes at Loyola Chicago.
Originally from Omaha Central High. 12.5 to go. Green Bay going to a powerful drive. Hewlett, but a denial. Kansas running. Dawson finding McDowell. Green Bay recovering defensively. Jackson puts it up top. Tiller throws it down.
What an unselfish sequence. Multiple guys gave up good shots, and you end up with a great shot with the dunk for Tiller at the rim.
Stroud firing. Calderon runs it down. Dawson a look. Some free-flowing action right now, end to end.
Might go back to Hall in the post if you can.
He wants it, and they get it to him. Against McDowell. Kick out, deflected, out of bounds. Green Bay will keep it. Take a break first, though. Bryson Tiller getting in on the action. All Kansas. But what's Doug Gottlieb telling his team right now?
Obviously, everybody understands the score. It's the same thing that you talked about with KU, is you're playing to a standard and not to score. And this is a learning experience for his group. You can use these last 11 minutes. You're getting a lot of guys some opportunities. You're trying some different combinations, because we talked about all the newcomers for Kansas. Doug Gottlieb and Green Bay's got almost a brand new roster as well.
10 newcomers.
10 newcomers.
Tough three in the corner. Stroud with the shot clock ticking down, and that hit the side of the glass. I don't think Coach Gottlieb a huge fan of what happened there with his team.
Yeah, it's talking about a guy that was a high-level player. He's competitive as can be. Certainly test your patience. I think he knew he had a tall task in front of him, though, tonight. Kansas has won 52 straight home openers.
Jamari McDowell raining in a three. Kansas up 35, trying to close in on a 53rd straight home opening win. That dates back to the beginning of the 1973-74 season.
Goodness.
Ted Owens won his last 10 home openers as the coach of the Jayhawks.
So ridiculous.
Larry Brown, Roy Williams, Bill Self have never lost a home opener. stays with the Jayhawks. And here comes Cole Rosario and Flory Badunga back in. No Darren Peterson right now for the Jayhawks. Still on the bench.
Depending on what transpires here, you could see a world where Darren Peterson's night is completed.
Well, and during the last stretch before that media timeout, he spent some time with athletic trainer Bill Cowgill. That would raise some eyebrows after the Louisville game where he was limited by cramps and then not playing against Fort Hays. Seems to be okay. He's back with his teammates in the regular part of the bench now.
But certainly want to get that cramping under control. Because your next game against Carolina, you're going to need him to be on the floor as much as possible, obviously.
Over the top for Badunga. He's still perfect. 9 of 9 shooting to open the year for Flory Badunga. 22 points.
A lot of those have been dunks or just shots right at the rim. But great over-the-top pass from the KU guards.
Jackson challenging the three. Reedinger gets the rebound. Contact on the drive. They'll get Badunga his third foul, but boy, has he been good at the offensive end.
Yeah, rooting his guy just up the floor, throw it over the top, turn and score. There's got to be more help side defense, especially with how KU hasn't necessarily shot it great from three. You got to dig it out of the post and force perimeter jump shots, but certainly that is easier said than done. For a switching team, the switches have all been pretty crisp. There's another sequence of it. Kansas has really communicated and anticipated well.
Good kick out to the corner. 3-ball off target, though. 7-foot freshman from Montenegro, Cicic with the find. Calderon, tough shot. Badunga on the board. Burrowing, shooting, and his first miss of the year. But Kansas keeps. Rosario in the corner. Quick trigger. It is a quick release.
It really is. Shot looks pretty too. He can shoot it.
Shot clock under 10. Hall pulls up and fires and buries it. Wow. Marcus Hall having a nice night. 15 points.
Coming off a ball screen and shooting it off the bounce from beyond the arc.
6'6" junior from Schofield, Wisconsin.
He can play the 3-4 or the 5.
Badunga facing up a late footer. Well, now he's missed 2 in a row after making his first 9.
Crushing his field goal percentage, all the way down to 80% now.
Backside rebound for Badunga. Counts a little hop step, crossover, nowhere to go. McDowell puts it on the ground. Drops it off. 2 free throws, Badunga. How much of that is the drive by McDowell? How much is the quick ball movement around the perimeter?
It's all of it. You got a good eye, Steven. And Jamar McDowell's another guy who redshirted a year ago, and it doesn't seem like we talked about with Delmarco Jackson is everything is slowed down for him. He's a guy that always looks in the mirror and sees reality and understanding what his strengths and weaknesses are and plays accordingly. But when the game slows down, the game gets a whole lot easier.
Badunga is still perfect at the line. 5 of 5. Now that snaps a scoring drought of just over 2 minutes for the Jayhawks.
A lot of competition. Calderon, Rosario, McDowell, Marco Jackson, Melvin Council Jr., Trey White. Although there's a lot of wings, if you will, that
likely see 3, maybe 4 of them on the floor at times.
Absolutely.
We tick under 8 minutes to go. Trying to get organized.
Trying to post up Hall, get it to him.
Off the baseline. To Reedinger, 3, short. Cicic, flip shot wouldn't go. Calderon looking in if they don't get double team. Now just one. And that one commits a foul. Kansas roll. Anytime you score within 45 seconds of each other in
Things
soccer,
are going well.
you're doing some things right.
I'm my daughter's 9-year-old soccer coach.
Really?
Assistant coach. My recommendation is to score 2 times within 45 seconds.
Did you play soccer as a youth?
Until like 6th or 7th grade, and then I gave it up.
Trey White straight off, buries the triple. 7 tonight for Trey White. 13-3 Jayhawk run. Green Bay's hit just 1 of their last 11 shots over about a 6-minute span.
It's been a tough night for Green Bay. You anticipated this to be a big challenge.
Riedinger answers. His second of the night.
There you go. Doug Gottlieb has wanted Riedinger to take more shots, be more aggressive.
He's 2 of 7 tonight.
He was really encouraging him after that shot.
Changes for the Jayhawks after that last time out. This is G. Ngala with the ball in the lane, in for the first time. And Paul Mbia, after a brief first half cameo, is in the middle. Ngala off the glass. Mbia battling the entire Green Bay side, seemingly. Grabs the rebound and is fouled. Now Cicic and Mbia, battle of big bodies on the interior. Council baseline, finds the cutter White, open Rosario. Foul on Green Bay.
It's a really good play from Trey White. The weak side basket cut to catch, be under control, and then kick it to Cole Rosario for a standstill 3. A nice sequence, everything but the basket.
Seventh on Green Bay this half. Kansas into the bonus now. Paul Mbia looking for his first Jayhawk points. Freshman from Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. He's in the scorebook. 7-foot 8-inch wingspan, and that might be on the low end.
But a standing reach of 9'6". Pretty good.
1 of 2 at the line. Imagine him 2-3 years from now.
I was just thinking the same
skills
thing.
develop.
He's just scratching the surface.
One of a handful of Jayhawks playing and not in their first language, having grown up speaking something other than English. Council up high for the board. White to the bucket. Nifty finish for Trey White in transition. Well, you mentioned all the wings for Kansas. They are all athletic. They all fall in that bucket. Green Bay posting against Ngala, and he draws the foul. Well, I don't think we're going to see Darren Peterson again. Came out of the ball game with about 15, 16 minutes left. Spoke to the trainer for a moment. We have not seen him again, and at this point, probably done for the evening.
No, and his Allen Fieldhouse debut was pretty good. 21 points, 7-11 from the floor, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. And really, you know what Peterson can do. You got a handful of other guys that need to get some game action in a Kansas uniform.
5 non-starters out there right now for the Jayhawks, including 2 of the bigs, Tiller and Mbia, in together. Ngala, high scorer in the Canadian college ranks the last 4 years. Launching a 3. Bang. The crowd explodes. Yeah. But G. Ngala had over 1,000 career points in 4 seasons in Canada in just 73 games. He averaged nearly 15 points a game for his career. Green Bay answering. Caden Wilkins with a deep three. Nearing 4 minutes to go. And Villa surrounded, fouled.
Well, the crowd was really excited over Ngala's three, as they should be. Pretty cool journey for him, as you pointed out. 26 years old. Between him and Bethea for Green Bay, who's 29 years old.
They're the two oldest players in college basketball this year. Ngala, the second oldest. Bethea, 29 years old.
The older you get an icy hot NIL deal or something like that. Maybe a Rogaine NIL deal or something like that.
Oh, don't go there.
I'm just saying it happens. You don't think it's going to happen. Life comes at you quick. Ngala's doing just fine. Bethea's doing just fine.
And Villa misfiring on both. 1 of 4 at the line.
I'm just trying to think of creative NIL deals, you know.
Yeah.
It's a different world we're living in.
It is. Going to work. Has to give it up. Now from 3.
Good contest. That 7'8" wingspan will alter your shot just a little bit.
Well, Marco Jackson trying to go inside with it, didn't have the angle. And at the other end, a conversion for Green Bay from Marcus Hall. Might be under 4 minutes to go, but Bill Self still wants quality basketball from his team. He was not happy with that last pass from Marco Jackson on the previous possession. Ngala to the bucket, hanging, and he'll shoot 2. Free throws for Kansas coming up. Ngala striking from deep. DF awaiting in the semifinals Wednesday. Ngala knocks them both down. 5 here in the latter minutes of this, what will be 53rd consecutive home opening season win for the Jayhawks. And this one coming in decisive fashion.
Yes.
Tiller with a rejection. Ball loose. Green Bay needs to hurry. 5 to shoot. Todorovic down to 2, down to 1. Tiller squeezes the board. Well, Kansas playing without Darren Peterson these last 13, 14 minutes has found some offense again. Tiller on the drive, floating. Almost got it to fall.
The thing that's helped the offense, I think, is the defensive intensity as well. They've just played in transition and broken floor situations. Just makes your offense a little more simple when you're trying to forge roles and chemistry.
Tiller caught in between, but scores anyway. And Kansas will clear the bench.
That's a pretty athletic catch and finish, though. Tiller, almost like a wide receiver looking over his shoulder, able to catch it in traffic, keep it high, and put it softly up off the rim.
We haven't talked a lot about his ceiling, but it might be higher than the roof of Allen Fieldhouse.
I think his ceiling is incredibly high. He is really, really a talented young player. Versatile, inside and out.
Mentioned bench cleared for the Jayhawks. Wilder Evers, Justin Cross in the game. 3 points, Justin Allen, Green Bay. Call it a 2 instead.
That's that Carnegie Mellon Division III transfer, Justin Allen. Big time scorer at that level.
That was a 3, apologies. And Dawson answering with a triple. And now Kansas will get the last man available into the game. Will Thingvall coming on.
And those shots matter for your confidence for Jaden Dawson. Getting one to go down to end his night. Important.
especially if the last one goes down.
Yeah,
You feel real good.
for sure.
Kansas at North Carolina Friday night. Back in Lawrence to take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi next Tuesday. Green Bay's next action is Friday on the road against Buffalo. Calderon off the steal. Gets it back, turns down the shot, drives, and gets to the line.
He's another good-looking young player, Calderon is. Top 100 recruit.
Freshman out of Brazil.
He's got good size, good length on the wing.
6 feet 8 inches tall, 200 pounds. Still looking for his first point as a Jayhawk.
Like we said, there's just a log jam at that position. There's just a lot of different bodies there, a lot of different skill sets.
Bill self-announcing after the last exhibition game that freshman Corbin Allen out of Kansas City will redshirt this year. Nobody else can redshirt. They've all played tonight. Calderon's first point, KU by 41.
As the Rock Chalk Jayhawk chants echo down here inside Allen Fieldhouse for opening night.
We'll shoot some free throws at the Green Bay end.
Number 6, Team 7.
Well, what do you expect to see from this Kansas team on the road in a hostile environment Friday in Chapel Hill, North Carolina? They've already played an exhibition game at Louisville.
That was what I was going to say. I think that's where, albeit an exhibition game, matters for just your experience. Being able to go on the road, travel, endure a packed Yum Center. There was 15,000+ Louisville fans that were really trying to get the place rocking. And so that'll absolutely make a difference when Kansas heads to Chapel Hill.
Wilder Evers bangs home a three.
That confidence, sitting on the bench for 39 minutes and drills his first open look.
Third career three for Evers, junior from Birmingham.
Love to
a great
see it.
Jayhawk family. Bench loves it too. Shot clock off. Kansas will dribble out the time in their 53rd straight season home opening win. Final score tonight, 19th ranked Jayhawks 94, Green Bay 51. Kansas off to a 1-0 start and an impressive start with the Stars, Darren Peterson and Flory Vidunga stealing the show in the first half.
Absolutely.